Mama died, giving birth in the cabin. The rancher held the baby and promised to raise them all. The baby's scream pierces the cabin air as Sarah's body goes limp beneath the blood-soaked sheets. Her face turns grey in the lamplight, eyes staring at nothing. Coleman's rough hands shake as he catches the newborn, umbilical cord still attached, slippery with birth fluid and death. Sarah. His voice cracks. Sarah, stay with me. But she's already gone. Blood spreads across the wooden floor in dark rivulets, seeping between the planks. The makeshift birthing bed, just old quilts and desperation, can't contain the hemorrhage that's stealing her life. Don't let them split us apart. Her final words come out as a whisper, barely audible above the baby's cries. I won't. Coleman presses his forehead to hers. I swear it. All four of them. 3 small figures huddle in the corner near the cold fireplace. Marcus, the oldest at 10, holds 8-year-old Ruth's hand while 6-year-old Daniel clings to her skirt. Their faces are pale, eyes wide with terror. They don't yet understand. Is Mama sleeping? Marcus asks, his voice small and hollow. Coleman looks up from the baby in his arms, this tiny thing that cost Sarah everything. The infant's cries fill the silence where Sarah's breathing should be. He wipes blood from his hands on his shirt, leaving red streaks across the fabric. She's gone to the angel's son. Ruth starts crying, soft hiccups that shake her thin shoulders. Daniel doesn't make a sound, just stares at the blood pooling beneath their mother's body. The baby keeps screaming, demanding life in a room full of death. Coleman stands slowly, cradling the newborn against his chest. His boots stick slightly to the bloody floor. These stains will never come out, no matter how hard they scrub. The wood will remember this night forever. What happens to us now? Marcus whispers. Coleman looks at each of their faces, these orphaned children who've just lost everything. The baby in his arms represents both their salvation and their curse. Outside, wind rattles the cabin walls, but inside only grief and promise remain. I'll take care of all of you, he says quietly. That's what your mama wanted. The words hang in the air like smoke, heavy with the weight of an oath that will define their lives. Elena kneels in the old cabin, prying up loose floorboards with a crowbar. The wood splinters under pressure, revealing dark stains underneath that 17 years couldn't erase. Her hands shake as she stares at the dried blood, her mother's blood, still marking the place where she died. Where exactly did you bury her? Elena's voice cuts through the morning silence as Coleman enters, coffee mug in hand. His face hardens when he sees the torn-up floor. Some things are better left alone, girl. I've been asking for years. You always change the subject. Coleman sets his mug down hard. Put those boards back. There's no grave marker. No headstone, nothing. Eleanor stands, crowbar still gripped tight. Where is she? Marcus appears in the doorway, dust on his work clothes from morning chores. At 27, he's built like Coleman, solid and weathered. Elena, drop it. Don't you want to know where our mother is buried? She's dead. That's all that matters. Ruth pushes past Marcus, her face tight with worry. At 25, she's learned to keep secrets like other women keep recipes. Elena, stop digging around in there. Why? What are you all so afraid of? You don't understand what you're asking, Marcus says quietly. Coleman moves closer, his presence filling the small space. Your mother died in childbirth. We buried her properly. That's the end of it. Then show me the grave. No. Why not? Because I said so, Elena laughs, but there's no humor in it. That's not an answer. Ruth steps between them. Leave it alone, Elena, please. You all know something. Elena looks from face to face, seeing the same guilty expression on each one. You've known something my whole life, and you've kept it from me. Some secrets protect people, Marcus says. Protect who? Me or all of you? Coleman's jaw tightens. Put those boards back and get to work. We got cattle to tend. I'm not a child anymore. You're acting like one. Elena drops the crowbar. It hits the bloody floorboards with a metallic clang that echoes through the cabin. I'll find out eventually. With or without your help, she pushes past all 3 of them, leaving them standing over the exposed stains that tell a story none of them wants to remember. Sheriff Morrison's patrol car kicks up dust as it pulls into the ranch yard. Elena watches from the kitchen window as he climbs out, carrying a manila envelope and something else tucked under his arm. Coleman steps off the porch, his face already hard with suspicion. "Morrison." Coleman's voice carries through the open window. "We need to talk." "About what?" "Inside, private." Elena ducks below the windowsill, then creeps closer to the kitchen door, where she can hear everything. Morrison's boots echo across the wooden porch, followed by Coleman's heavier steps. Her husband's been looking for those children. Elena's blood turns cold. "Husband, he forfeited his rights when he put her in the hospital." Coleman's voice is low. "Dangerous. That's not how the law sees it. The law wasn't there when she showed up bleeding." Morrison's chair creaks. "This is a photograph of Sarah Hartwell, taken 2 weeks before she died. Her name was Sarah Bennett. Her married name was Hartwell." "Look at the picture, Coleman." Silence stretches like a held breath. Elena presses herself against the doorframe, heart hammering. Judge Hartwell's been patient. 17 years of patient? But he wants his children back. They're not his children. Legally, they are. Legally, he's a wife-beating piece of garbage. Legally, you're harboring kidnapped minors. Elena's knees almost give out. "Kidnapped?" She begged me to keep them safe. "From their own father?" "From a monster." Morrison's voice drops. "Murder charges don't have a statute of limitations." "What murder?" "Sarah Hartwell didn't die in childbirth, Coleman. She died from internal bleeding caused by blunt force trauma. The coroner's report was very clear. You're fishing. I'm investigating." "There's a difference." Elena hears papers rustling, then Morrison's chair scraping against the floor. "He's coming for them, Coleman. All 4 of them. You can cooperate, or you can make this harder than it needs to be. Get off my land. 2 days. Then I come back with warrants." The front door slams. Elena slides down the wall, her whole world cracking open like an egg. Elena bursts into the barn, where Marcus and Ruth are feeding the horses. Her face is pale, eyes wild with the weight of what she's just heard. "I know about Judge Hartwell." Marcus drops the feed bucket. Ruth freezes mid-motion, her hand still gripping the hay. "Elena, don't lie to me anymore." "I heard everything Morrison said." Ruth looks at Marcus, and some silent communication passes between them. The horses snort and shuffle, sensing the tension. "Sit down," Marcus says quietly. "I don't want to sit down. I want the truth." Ruth's shoulders sag. "Coleman saved us, Elena. He saved all of us." "From what?" "From him. From our real father." Elena's voice cracks. "The judge?" "Judge Hartwell," Marcus confirms. "Her biological father." Elena stumbles backward against a stall door. "Hartwell, that's our real name?" "Elena Hartwell," Ruth whispers. "We all were Hartwells once." "Why didn't anyone tell me?" "Because you were safe not knowing." Elena's hands shake. "He didn't just beat Mama. He broke her ribs, her arm, her spirit." Ruth nods, tears starting. "She ran when she was pregnant with you. Showed up here bleeding, terrified, begging Coleman to hide us. She almost died twice," Marcus adds. "Once from his beatings, once giving birth to you. This whole ranch, this whole life, it's all been a lie." "It's been protection," Ruth says firmly. Elena stares at them both, these people she thought were her family, who are her family, but not in the way she believed. "How long have you known he was looking for us?" "Always," Marcus says. "Coleman's been watching for him since the day you were born, and now he's found us." "Yeah." Elena sinks onto a hay bale, the weight of 17 years of deception crushing down on her. "Judge Hartwell, a judge. No wonder Morrison was scared. He's powerful, Elena. He has connections, money, influence, and he wants us back." Ruth kneels beside her. "He doesn't want us. He wants to own us. There's a difference." Elena looks up at her sister, seeing her clearly for the first time. "What are we going to do?" Marcus and Ruth exchange another look. Neither has an answer that doesn't end in someone getting hurt. 2 black sedans pull up to the ranch house just after noon. Elena watches from the window as a tall man in an expensive suit steps out, followed by Deputy Morrison and another officer she doesn't recognize. The man carries himself like he owns everything he sees. "Coleman." The voice booms across the yard, commanding and cold. Coleman emerges from the house, the siblings gathering behind him on the porch. Elena's stomach lurches as she gets her first look at Judge Hartwell. He's handsome in a cruel way, with silver hair and dead eyes that catalogue everything like inventory. 17 years of theft ends today. Hartwell holds up legal documents. "I'm here for my children." "They're not your property," Coleman says. "They're my blood." Elena steps forward, her whole body shaking with disgust and recognition. This man has her eyes, her stubborn chin. The resemblance makes her sick. "I wouldn't go with you if you were the last man on earth." Hartwell's gaze shifts to her, appraising. "Elena, you look just like your mother when she was defiant." "Don't talk about her. I'll talk about my wife however I please." "She wasn't your wife when she died," Ruth interrupts. "She left you," Hartwell laughs, a sound like breaking glass. "Children don't get to divorce their father, sweetheart." The deputy shifts uncomfortably behind Hartwell, clearly uneasy with the proceedings. Morrison stares at his boots. "These papers give me full custody," Hartwell continues. "All 4 of you will be coming home with me today." "This is our home," Marcus says. "This is a kidnapper's hideout." Coleman steps between Hartwell and the children. "You'll have to go through me first, if necessary." Hartwell's smile is razor-thin. "But I'd prefer to avoid more bloodshed." "More bloodshed?" Elena's voice rises. "What does that mean?" "It means your precious Coleman has been lying to you about more than just your name." Elena stares at Coleman, seeing something shift in his expression. Fear, guilt, the weight of secrets he's carried for 17 years. "I'd rather die than go with you," Elena says quietly. Hartwell's eyes glitter with malice. "That can be arranged, girl." The threat hangs in the air like smoke, poisoning everything it touches. Elena steps off the porch, walking straight toward Hartwell despite Coleman's warning hand on her arm. Her fear is crystallized into something harder, more dangerous. "You want to take us back?" Elena's voice cuts through the afternoon heat. "I'll tell everyone what you did to our mother." "Will you now?" "The hospital records, the police reports, every time she ran from you." Hartwell's smile doesn't falter. "Ancient history. Abuse doesn't have an expiration date. Neither does murder." The words hit Elena like a physical blow. Morrison's head snaps up, his hand moving instinctively toward his weapon. "You killed her." Eleanor's voice is barely a whisper. "And your precious Coleman buried the evidence." Eleanor spins toward Coleman, whose face has gone ashen. "Tell me he's lying." Coleman's silence stretches like a taut wire. "She was already dying when I got there," Coleman finally says. "Internal bleeding. He'd beaten her so bad her organs were shutting down. I did what I had to do," Coleman continues, his voice hollow. "To protect us or protect yourself?" Elena demands both. Hartwell claps slowly, mockingly. "Touching reunion. But the fact remains, Coleman Bennett is an accessory to murder, and you 4 are material witnesses." "We were children," Ruth whispers. "Does it matter? You're all accessories now." Elena looks from Hartwell to Coleman, understanding finally dawning. "Every choice has been poisoned from the beginning. Every protection has come with a price, so that's it." Elena's voice rises. "We're trapped forever? Either with you or running from the law. Unless what?" Hartwell's eyes glitter with satisfaction. "Unless you come home willingly. Be my children again. Let me be your father." "You're not my father," Eleanor spits. "You're a murderer." "So is he." Hartwell nods toward Coleman. "At least I'm honest about it." Elena feels the weight of 17 years pressing down on her, the suffocating reality that there are no clean choices, no perfect solutions. Only the terrible mathematics of survival. Morrison shifts uncomfortably. "Judge, maybe we should—" "Stay out of this, Sheriff." Elena's hands clench into fists. The moment of choice has arrived, and she's not ready for it. Elena strides back toward the old cabin without a word, leaving Hartwell and Coleman shouting behind her. She grabs the kerosene lamp from the kitchen table, her hands steady with purpose. "Elena, what are you doing?" Ruth calls from the doorway, ending this. Elena splashes kerosene across the blood-stained floorboards, the liquid darkening the old wood. "All of it." Marcus appears beside Ruth. "Elena, stop. No more lies. No more hiding." Coleman rushes in, Hartwell close behind. "Girl, put that down. This cabin is where she died, where you both decided our fate without asking us." Elena strikes a match, the flame dancing in her palm. It ends here. You'll destroy everything, Hartwell snarls. Good. Elena drops the match. Fire races across the kerosene, consuming the floorboards where her mother's blood still stains the wood. The flames climb the walls with hungry intensity. The evidence, Coleman breathes, gone. Elena backs toward the door as smoke fills the room. Along with your hold over us. The siblings gather outside, watching 17 years of secrets turn to ash. Hartwell and Coleman stand frozen, their carefully constructed balance of power crumbling with the burning cabin. Where do we go? Marcus asks quietly. Anywhere but here. What about Coleman? Ruth's voice wavers. Elena looks at the man who raised them, who protected them, who lied to them. He made his choice 17 years ago. Now I'm making mine. Hartwell steps forward. You can't just walk away. Watch us. Elena takes Ruth's hand, then Daniel's. Marcus falls into step beside them. The four siblings walk away from the burning cabin, away from both men who claimed to know what was best for them. You're making a mistake, Hartwell calls after them. Elena doesn't look back. We'll make our own mistakes from now on. The fire roars behind them, casting their shadows long across the dusty ground. Four figures silhouetted against the flames, walking toward an uncertain horizon where no one can claim ownership of their lives except themselves. The cabin collapses in a shower of sparks, taking the last of their childhood with it.